man, you look back and we keep up with each other on social media. We keep up with each other on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And that's how we see what our aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, extended friends, old friends, we keep up with them that way. And to some degree, that's okay. But every once in a while, you have to go see about people. We can't let social media be the replacement for the way we maintain a relationship. And so, whether it's taking the time to go online and order yourself some note cards so that you can then have them handy, and maybe on Sundays when you're just kind of in family time mode in your mind, taking a moment in the evening on Sundays or Sunday mornings or whatever, and handwriting out some "I'm just thinking about you" cards, and taking that time to put a little note in the mail. When they receive it on their end, man, imagine how it will make their day and put a smile on their face and warm their heart that you took the time to handwrite a note to them and put a card in the mail. Sometimes if I'm too busy to pick up the phone and call, everybody around me knows that I'm not good at texting. I'm not a good texter at all. But I will make a voice memo and send that sucker to you. I'll send a voice memo. Hey, Aunt so-and-so. Hey, Uncle so-and-so. Hey, cousin such and such. Hey, friend, blah, blah. Even my kids, I'm I'll send a voice memo and let them know I'm thinking about you. I just want you to know I'm thinking about you and I love you. I love you. And some people aren't comfortable just even letting those words fall from their mouths. I love you. But I tell almost anybody that I encounter, especially someone that's in my circles, new friends and old, family and otherwise, I love you. And I do. There's different levels to love, absolutely. But I love you. And if I can help you, I will help you. If the most I can do is pray for you, you got that in me, but I love you. And so I make sure to tell my friends, and I like to, outside of the fact that, there are things in the world going on now that prevent us from touching so much, but I'm a hugger. I love to hug. I love to smile, and I love to love on people. That's just me. That's just my thing. But so whether it is sending a note card, whether it is sending a voice memo, or heaven forbid you pick up the phone and call somebody, but we have got to keep in touch. We're not an island. We're not meant to be alone. We are relational creatures. Maybe you're not. I can't put everybody in that box or on that boat with me, but I know I'm a relational creature. And even if it is that you're a million miles away from where your family or friends are, there are so many things that we have available to us due to technology. You can FaceTime or Google Duo or Zoom or whatever it is. We can do that. But I really want you guys to think about catching up with people. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You don't have to look very far. You can turn on the news. You can go online and read articles. You can go on social media and see posts. Let me tell you something. People are leaving this place in rapid numbers. People are out of here. Left and right. Left and right. Young and old. And so if you don't tell somebody that you love them today, it's not a guarantee, sweetheart, that you can tell them tomorrow. It's amazing what's going on. And you need to make sure that you have checked your tickets, and that you have things in order, and that you are loving on folk, and that you are giving them their flowers while they yet live. While they yet live. Because they cannot appreciate those flowers when they are out of here. And so the expectation for us sometimes is that people have to come to us. We're waiting on them to approach us. But sometimes you have to be the one to do the approaching. Sometimes you have to be the one to light the fire. Sometimes you have to be the one to build that bridge. It's so easy for us to not take a call, to not return a text, to ignore correspondence from a friend or a family. To take your time getting back to people, to decide you don't want to get back with people, to return a call or a message. On one end, I get it. If you're doing it for purposes of self-care and you just need that time away, I get it. Some of us are just downright rude. And I look at people sometimes and I'm thinking, what is wrong? Like, we don't want to be bothered. And it's disturbing. I'm guilty sometimes of that. I'm not going to act like it's everybody else, because I'm guilty of that sometimes myself. Sometimes, I look at people and I'm like, this is too good to be true. Is this person in my corner, or are they just trying to be in my business? And so I have a wall up sometimes, especially when it's a new person, because we don't know how to take people sometimes, And if you're used to being hurt, or if you're damaged, then you may expect that that's what's going to come from whoever comes in contact with you. And so that just kind of takes time. But all that being said, the purpose of today's message with you guys is to encourage you to reach out and touch someone. Do like Stevie Wonder. I just called to say I love you. I just called to say I care. I do. I want you to think about that though. I'm not even joking. I'm joking, but I'm not. When you say you're going to call somebody back, call them back. When you see somebody's trying to reach you because they love you and they're just trying to be your friend, answer that call. At some point, it may not be convenient at the moment, but get back with them. Send note cards, send flowers, send sporadic, unexpected gifts, not because it's Christmas or a birthday, but just because you want to love on somebody today. My new thing is I've been sending plants to people. Or I might send a wax warmer because I love aromatherapy, So I send people my favorite things, kind of like Oprah's favorite things. But, I want you to think about a way that you can make somebody's day, that you can keep in touch. I have family that's out of town, and I send messages, I send voice memos, I send text messages, I send cards, and I just say, hey, Auntie so-and-so. Matter of fact, I'm going to give my aunt a shout out. Hey, Aunt Annie in Wisconsin. Hey, Aunt Annie, hey, Aunt Kelly, hey, Aunt Lisa, how are you doing? It's so important that we do that. And so I hope that this episode has inspired you to send a gift. It don't have to be expensive. It could be $5 or $10. It don't have to be much. Just you're thinking about them. Send a gift. Send some flowers. Send a note card. Send a voicemail. Send a text message. Send your love. And then don't just get stuck sending, but bring it. Bring something sometimes. Come and see about folk. Come if you can. And my family's out of town and we're not traveling right now due to COVID. But in other instances, go and see about somebody. Not right now, because we're social distancing, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? So FaceTime, Zoom call, do something. Get the family together. We can't meet up on Sundays anymore for Big Mama's dinner, but you can get everybody on one call on Zoom, and you got the family, the aunties, the uncles. Some family reunions have been canceled this year due to COVID, but you don't have to let that stop the whole thing. Get on a Zoom call. Do that on Sundays. Start a new tradition. We all gonna jump on here. It's gonna be about 5, 10, 15, 20 of us deep on this call. But we gonna see each other's faces today. You hear me? Because we don't know if we're gonna see each other tomorrow.